Welcome to Arkansas, USA, Part 2, where mystery and breathtaking beauty await. Join me as we unlock a world of adventure in Bentonville, a place full of wonders that will move your heart. From Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art with emotional works of art. Next up is the Arkansas State Capitol, majestic like a time machine telling stories of the past. Then head to Devil's Den, State Park, where mysterious views make you feel like you've stepped into another world. Are you ready to explore? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so we can uncover the exciting secrets of Arkansas together. The beautiful scenery of America, Devil's Den State Park has what everyone wants to visit. More than 30 miles from downtown Fayetteville, the air here is cool and slightly humid. The smell of moss and damp earth makes me feel like I have stepped into another world. If Mount Magazine opens up the vast sky, then Devil's Den takes you down into the ground with caves, rock ravines, and underground streams. The food around this area is not very diverse, but there are a few family restaurants that serve traditional Ozark dishes. Compared to the rich dishes at Beaver Lake, the food here is simpler, with less oil and fresh natural ingredients. A small restaurant outside the main gate also makes corn cakes on a wood stove with a crispy outer crust and a fragrant inside from freshly ground corn. The most outstanding activity is exploring Devil's Den Cave, where a cool stream flows through the rock. Anyone who likes adventure can try walking across the stone gap that is less than 3 feet wide with vertical stone walls on both sides. If you want something gentler, you can take the Yellow Rock Trail, which is nearly 3 miles long, that leads to a breathtaking viewpoint of the valley. Wildlife here is quite close. You will see an armadillo quietly digging in the ground right near the path without fearing people. There are also bats living in the cracks of the rocks, but the park has placed signs prohibiting access to protect them from disease. If you go at the right time, Devil's Den is a place that takes you away from the everyday rhythm of life with a natural silence that cannot be imitated. Art Appreciation Journey in Just One Day in Fayetteville. Fayetteville is located in the northwest corner of Arkansas and is a vibrant city with unique characteristics. Known as the cultural and educational center of the state, Fayetteville has a population of approximately 93,000 people living in the lush green spaces of the Ozark Plateau. The University of Arkansas is the soul of this city with more than 30,000 students studying each year. The large campus stretches over an area of 618 acres with historic buildings and modern architecture. Razorback Stadium is the place where exciting football games take place. Razorback Stadium is the place where exciting football games take place, attracting the whole city to cheer together. Farmers Market on Saturday morning is a place where local people gather, share their products, and engage in cultural exchange. I can feel the deep bond of the community here through friendly conversations with the vendors. The local art market is thriving with many galleries and frequent art events. Crystal Bridges Museum, 30 minutes away by car, is a place that displays works of famous American artists, Andy Warhol and Georgia O'Keeffe. You will feel the warmth from the local people and the slow and captivating pace of life of this vibrant university town. Slow down in Bentonville and enjoy the best of it. The Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art is located in a grove of ancient oak trees, has no admission fee, and also features a path along the creek where you can admire paintings while listening to the birds sing. When you stand in front of the large painting by Norman Rockwell, your heart will slow down a few beats. Food in Bentonville is smoked meat served with rich mashed potatoes, or fresh sushi from local lake fish. While Austin dishes are spicy and cheesy, here the food tends to be light, fatty, and less spicy, focusing on clean ingredients. Many restaurants also use fresh vegetables picked right from Benton County farms, full of purity. Unlike New York with its crowded parks, here there is only wind, the sound of leaves, and the feeling of being oneself. Some friends even chose to kayak along the nearby Beaver Lake, relaxing to the point of falling asleep on the boat. There are no elephants or whales in Bentonville, but you do get to see the fast-moving long-tailed fox squirrel and the rare red-cockaded woodpecker. Locals say they often come when it's about to rain. If you stand still for a few minutes, they will appear. The downside is probably limited public transport, so you'll need your own car. But the service is super friendly, the people are welcoming, and the city is compact so you won't get lost. If you have ever thought Bentonville is only famous for Walmart, then I think you will be happy to know this place also has a vibrant artistic and natural soul, much more than that. Peak travel does not need resort. White River teaches you to love the wilderness. White River is where you will be speechless when you first see the sunlight reflecting on the flowing water. This river winds through northern Arkansas like a slow breath of nature stretching more than 400 miles, and each section tells a unique experience. The feeling of standing in water up to the waist holding a fishing rod and watching every small wave is a kind of silence completely different from the sound of machines in everyday life. White River is famous for trout, especially rainbow trout and brown trout. And I have to admit their meat is firmer and more flavorful than the fish in Beaver Lake to the west. A small restaurant near the dock serves grilled fish accompanied by cornmeal cakes seasoned only with salt and a little pepper, but fragrant enough that you will order a second serving. White River is also a favorite place for those who love kayaking or drift boating. Compared to the rapids at Buffalo River, White River offers a much more relaxing feel, suitable for those who are looking for a place to recharge their energy. You'll often see bald eagles flying just above the river, especially in the early morning. Small groups of otters sometimes pop their heads up just a few feet from the boat, curiously observing before diving back underwater. This creates a liveliness that you don't often find in lakes like Lake Ouachita. White River is not loud to force you to be happy, but quiet enough for you to remember a visit forever. What do visitors miss when they do not visit the Arkansas State Capitol? This will make you regret. You walk into Arkansas State Capitol with a feeling of excitement, like the first time entering a place you have seen in history books. The building is taller than 230 feet, and the dome is covered with real gold leaves, not paint. Each marble step at the feet tells about the time Arkansas was searching for its own identity. Unlike the attractions in Washington, D.C. that are always bustling, Capitol is quiet here. The space is spacious and not crowded. You are free to walk through the hallways and look at the black and white pictures of the former governors, feeling like you are stepping back in time, especially the statue. Little Rock 9 outside reminds of the period of struggle against racial discrimination, full of historical weight. The cuisine around here is not as rich as New Orleans, but still has Southern character. You try the fried catfish served with hush puppies that are crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Unlike the grilled fish on the West Coast, everything here is rich in flavor and brings a sense of nostalgia. There are no whales or rare migratory birds, but you will encounter gray squirrels running along the path, familiar and close. Not a place for those seeking thrills. Capitol gives me a feeling of calm to understand what the people here have gone through and what they are proud of. If you want to travel while seeing that you understand more about a part of America, then this place is a thought-provoking suggestion. The Clockwork Machine, running since 1904, is a marvel that even NASA admires. Rising above the sky of Fayetteville, the historic clock tower of the Washington County Courthouse stands firm like a heartbeat of time. From 1914, the bronze bell made by E. Howard Clock Company has marked each important moment of the city. Its sound can be heard up to 3 miles as a reminder of the glorious past. The Romanesque Richardsonian architecture of this tower is a masterpiece of Carroll and Madison limestone, combining majestic arches with rows of hand-fired bricks. Stepping inside, visitors will get lost among 60,000 hand-placed mosaic tiles, each one like a piece of history. In 1974, the entire city held its breath as the largest military helicopter in the world lifted the newly installed clock tower, restoring the symbol that had been lost for many decades. Climbing the narrow staircase to the top, you'll reach the manual mechanism from the 10th century, where technicians still carefully adjust each gear by hand. At night, the watch face covered with transparent material emits a soft light, turning the building into a warm lighthouse in the heart of the old town. Standing at the foot of the tower, you will feel a sense of peace mixed with admiration. This is not just a destination, but a journey through time, where every brick, every ticking moment whispers stories. Let the sound of that 120-year-old bell guide you to explore Fayetteville, where history and the present blend as one. Real review of Hang Moonshiners rates 5 stars. The truth will shock you. I arrived at Moonshiners Cave on a foggy morning. The trail through the forest stretched nearly 1 mile as if leading to another time. The cave is hidden among the Ozark Mountains. It used to be a hiding place for bootleggers during the Prohibition era in America. There are no flashy signs, no souvenir kiosks. This place is a trip back in history by actual footsteps. The cuisine around this area may not be as diverse as Bentonville or Fayetteville, but there's a small shop about 2 miles from the cave, specializing in smoked meat rolls with a sweet sauce, grilled over charcoal and served with pickled, spicy vegetables. The flavor is earthy, salty, and fatty, different from the traditional smoked meat dish in Durham or the lightly spiced grilled fish in Lake Fort Smith. Regarding animals, there are not many endemic species here, but bats are familiar residents in the cave. They often hang from the stone ceiling, rather gentle, not harmful. If you go in the early morning, you can see them changing positions, creating a lively and somewhat eerie feeling. The strengths of Moonshiners Cave are the depth of history and the separation from all urban sounds. The weakness is that the trail has slippery sections that can cause falls if proper hiking shoes are not worn. But once you touch the cold moss inside the cave, you will understand the reason why many people still want to return to this forgotten place. Dardanelle. This is the place with the most beautiful sunset in the United States. The fact will surprise you. One sunny afternoon, this small town lies right by the Arkansas River, just a few miles from Russellville, but has a completely different pace of life. Here you do not see crowded shops or confusing billboards. Instead, there is tranquility, sometimes surprisingly silent. One of the special experiences is standing on Dardanelle Rock, which is about 150 feet high above the river surface. Watch the sun set. Dye golden the valley. The cuisine here is simple but flavorful, different from the rich and spicy taste of Tex-Mex food in western Arkansas. You try the fried catfish dish, crispy on the outside, tender and sweet on the inside, usually served with baked beans and cornbread at roadside diners. Dardanelle State Park is located right by the river, where you can fish canoe or simply sit and watch the ripples. Compared to Devil's Den, with rocky terrain, Lake Fort Smith with large lake, the park in Dardanelle feels more friendly and accessible, especially for families with small children. I think if you are looking for a place to truly relax, a place where you do not need to take hundreds of pictures yet still find the trip meaningful, then Dardanelle is the answer. What's it like skydiving from Arkansas's highest peak? This is the highest mountain in Arkansas with an elevation of more than 2,700 feet. The thin air makes each breath deeper, and I can clearly feel the silence in my head. Mount Magazine gives you a wider and flatter view as if you are standing between the border of earth and sky. The food around here is rich in the flavors of the mountains and forests. You should try the crispy fried catfish with thick meat and a thin layer of batter, served with a sauce made from local wild fruit. Unlike Nashville, which favors spicy flavors and cream sauce, this region leans towards crispy, fatty flavors and a subtle, salty aftertaste. There is a small restaurant by the road that is so crowded that I have to wait almost 30 minutes to get a table. The main activity at Mount Magazine is paragliding from the high cliffs. You stand there, watching people dive down while your heart beats fast like you are in the middle of an adrenaline festival. If you like it easy, you can choose to walk a trail near 5 miles through an oak forest. The feeling of stepping on the dry leaves makes you feel like time has stopped. Wildlife in this area includes elusive species such as the gray fox and the white-necked hawk. You can still see the deer jumping across the road at sunset. The light reflects in its eyes like two small spots of fire. The climate here can change fast, and it is easy to encounter thick fog, but if you wear enough warm clothes and do not hurry, you will see each layer of clouds passing by is a new layer of emotions. And that is what makes Mount Magazine different from any mountain I have ever visited. The border between two worlds, Memphis, Arkansas, is more stunning than you imagine. When you stop at Memphis, Arkansas Bridge, this bridge will amaze you with its unique beauty that it brings. The bridge crosses the Mississippi River connecting the two cities, Memphis and Arkansas. It is approximately 300 feet high above the water. Memphis, Arkansas Bridge will definitely be the ideal place for you to admire the wide and impressive scenery. Here, you will have the opportunity to admire the beautiful scenery of the vast Mississippi River, where the blue sky seems to merge with the water, creating a relaxing space that few places can match. Especially for those who love adventure activities, you can join exploration tours around the bridge and listen to stories about the history of this place. The feeling of looking at the strong bridge from a distance, along with walking along the riverside paths, will give you a wonderful sense of relaxation. The cuisine around Memphis is full of distinctive dishes. Try a hearty portion of barbecue. Enjoy the southern dishes prepared in a unique style. These dishes are full of spicy and rich flavors, and especially can make you feel the clear difference compared to other places in the area. With the beautiful scenery and exciting experiences, the journey to Memphis, Arkansas Bridge is sure to make you unforgettable. Let the space here make you feel close to nature and the unique cultural features of this land. Although beautiful, many people mention the congestion during rush hour and the limited walkways. The summer months with high humidity also make crossing the bridge at noon uncomfortable. To have the most complete experience, walk across the bridge at dawn when the morning fog creates a mysterious atmosphere, the sound of train whistles echoes below, and two cities gradually appear from the shadows of early morning. Everything about Combs Park, little-known tips and secrets. I just had a small trip to Combs Park, a lush green corner located in the northwest of Arkansas, and I want to share with you this memorable experience. Not noisy, not too famous, but this place brings a rare feeling of relaxation, like a gentle whisper of nature. Combs Park does not have tall mountains or vast lakes, but it captures your heart with its simplicity. The winding trails around the dense trees about 2 miles long enough for you to stroll without feeling tired. After taking a walk, I stopped by a small restaurant near the park where they serve the famous Arkansas barbecue sandwich. It is not fancy, but the meat is marinated just right, served with a mild spicy sauce and fresh vegetables. If you want to try something different, you should turn to traditional chicken soup made from local vegetables, warm and rich. Here you can fish by the small stream, sit for a picnic under the tree canopy, or simply read a book on the grass. If you go in autumn, you will be able to admire the changing colors of the leaves, creating a surprisingly gentle scene. Compared to famous national parks, Combs Park is smaller, but it offers rare tranquility. It is not crowded. There are no noisy shops, only the sound of the wind and the singing of birds. If you want to find a place to truly relax, this is the perfect choice. He left Combs Park with a light heart. Sometimes, the simplest places can make us remember the longest. Are you ready for a trip like that? Combs Park not only brings moments of relaxation, but also is a place to explore, to immerse in nature, and enjoy unforgettable experiences. The breathtaking, wild natural scenery that few people know about in the United States. On a foggy early morning, covering the surface of the water, this place is less than 20 miles from Little Rock, but makes you feel as if you have stepped into another world. There are no car horns, just the sound of frogs croaking and birds flapping their wings. If you're a bird watcher, this is heaven in the spring and fall, when hundreds of snowy egrets and mallards flock to the park. Unlike parks like Lake Ouachita, Slough feels wilder, with fewer human footprints. Slough feels like untamed land, with fewer human footprints than anywhere else you've ever been before. You walk along the Kenny Vernon Trail that is 2 miles long, crossing through swampy areas, fallen trees, and even puddles that reflect the blue sky. In the heart of the forest, from an observation station about 15 feet high, you can spot American alligators quietly swimming beneath the lily pads, something you won't easily see at the Illinois River. They live quietly, but it always sends a chill down your spine, knowing you're sharing the space with such a dangerous creature. The food is not the strong point of this place, but if you bring snacks, the quiet space here makes the meal feel special and tastier than eating in a restaurant. Slough is not for people who enjoy noise or bright photographs. This is a place for you to slow down, observe more closely, and feel deeper. And if you need a reason to believe that nature still has space to breathe, I think this is the place to start. Tourism crisis. Crowded, this is the place travelers come to breathe. Quietly nestled in Morrilton, about 45 miles from Little Rock. This may not be a major tourist destination, but it's a local favorite whenever people want to escape the city. The air here is humid. The ground is soft and the smell of fresh grass weaves through every breath. Looking at the point, Remove Creek, flowing quietly sometimes, I come across a few turtles quietly basking in the sun on the rocks. Compared to the salmon-filled White River or the lively kayaking scene on the Illinois River, the waters here are smaller, more intimate, and less touched by crowds. It feels more like walking through a friend's backyard than a public park. What you'll remember most is the smoked meat served with the local spicy sauce. It's not as fatty as the grilled pork from Bentonville, nor as mildly sweet as the BBQ from Dardanelle. Here, the spiciness from chili and the smell of wood smoke create a strong and rich sensation, suitable for the chilly weather in early spring or late autumn. Point Remove does not have rare animals. Sometimes you can hear the night owl calling each other or see the traces of deer gliding through the trail. That feeling makes one feel connected to nature without having to sneak around and wait, as in large reserves. If you need a slow morning to think, breathe, and listen to yourself, then this place is like a gentle pause amid the hustle of life. Eagle Hollow Place. Americans hide to keep their secret paradise. Deep in the Ozark Mountains of western Arkansas, about 50 miles from Fayetteville, there are no large signs, no notable restaurants, just a small dirt road leading into a space that makes one forget about the sound of phones. In the morning, the dew is still lingering on the bare branches. You sit by the edge of the cliff, looking down at a dark green valley below. There Eagle Head, white spreads wings, flying over Lake Calm. Compared to Bell Slough, where migratory birds are abundant but hard to spot, in Eagle Hollow, the presence of wild birds is as natural as grass after rain. The food is not a strong point here, but the local people often carry cold-cut sandwiches or baked potatoes wrapped in aluminum foil and place them near the charcoal to heat them up. This isn't like a bustling night market or a row of food stalls in Bentonville. It feels more like a private picnic in the heart of nature. Playing at Eagle Hollow leans towards a feeling of tranquility and connection with nature. Just climb a little up a hill, stop, and listen to the wind passing through the leaves. If you go in the autumn, you will hear the sound of leaves falling clear, like the sound of paper turning in an empty room. If you want to find a peaceful place to watch the birds fly in the valley, sit quietly without saying anything for a long time, then Eagle Hollow will be the ideal place for you, just like its name suggests. The strange combination between industry and nature, Flint Creek has what is hot. This is a coal-fired power plant that operates at a large capacity, providing a stable electricity source for the area. Located about 2 hours' drive from the city of Little Rock, this plant is not a major tourist destination, but plays an important role in the energy sector of the state of Arkansas. Flint Creek Power Plant attracts the attention of those who are interested in technology and renewable energy. This factory uses modern technology to minimize environmental impact, especially in reducing carbon emissions from electricity production processes. This brings a feeling of excitement when you know that technology is here helping to improve air quality and protect the environment. Unlike other thermal power plants, Flint Creek Power Plant is designed to operate more efficiently and sustainably. The landscape around the factory is a combination of wild nature and industrial areas. You may not find entertainment activities like in parks or tourist areas, but if you are a technology enthusiast, this could be an interesting place to visit and understand more about the process of electricity production. Our journey today comes to a close, but the stories of Bentonville are just beginning. Great works such as Arkansas State Capitol, peaceful areas such as White River, or the rugged, challenging destinations like Fayetteville that are always waiting for you to explore. I hope that through each video, you not only get to see the sights but also feel the echo of birdsong at Bell Slough State Wildlife Management Area. Trips are not just steps on the paths, but also a journey to broaden the eyes and the heart. Each piece of land has a story, and each trip brings a new perspective. If these beautiful scenes have fascinated you, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to continue conquering new places with me. Are you ready for the adventure Hawaii? Yet I just experienced Waikiki Beach, where the sun touches the endless blue ocean. The feeling standing on the top of Diamond Head, looking down at the whole view of the island, is truly overwhelming. Hanauma Bay gives me the chance to swim with colorful fish in the clear water. Lanikai with fine white sand makes me not want to leave. Coco Head Crater has 1,948 steep stairs, but the view at the top makes me all tiredness disappear. In Maui, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to Haleakala to welcome the sunrise among the vast sea of clouds, Molokini Crater like a piece of a crescent moon among the ocean. Napali Coast, with its tall cliffs jutting out into the sea, left me in awe. You'll see it all in the next video. Click on this video, and it will be displayed on the screen in just a few seconds.